From BBC World Service.
I'm Debbie Russ with the BBC News. Hello. The European Union's foreign policy chief, Kaja Kallas, has accused President Trump of appeasing Russia over Ukraine. Mr. Trump's approach has raised fears across Europe that Ukraine risks being abandoned by the United States. With his thoughts from Kiev, here's Jeremy Bowen.
When he starts negotiating seriously, President Trump might find that it's impossible to bridge the gap between Ukraine and Russia's positions. President Zelensky wants Russia to pull out of Ukraine and to deter any future invasions by joining NATO. Both Mr. Trump and Mr. Putin seem to agree that neither will happen. President Putin says he'll end the war if Russia keeps the land it has captured and gets more as Ukraine becomes neutral and demilitarized. That is an ultimatum, not a peace proposal.
The frontrunner to be Germany's next chancellor has said that things have to change in the country so that everyone will feel safe. The centre-right leader, Friedrich Merz, posted his remarks shortly after a car was driven into crowds in Munich. Dozens were injured. A 24-year-old Afghan asylum seeker was arrested. Riot police in Tehran have prevented a protest demanding the release of people still under house arrest 13 years after they disputed an election result. The 2009 Green Movement believed the re-election of Mahmoud Ahmadinejad had been rigged. The organisers of Thursday's protest had submitted a formal request to hold the non-violent demonstration. Siyavesh Ardalan of BBC Persian reports.
The Islamic regime took no chances. It went through the list of names of individuals who had submitted a formal request to hold a non-violent protest rally this morning and arrested them one by one. These were war veterans and old-time activists affiliated with Iran's reform movement. Riot police were also deployed in their hundreds to where the rally was to be held. It's not yet clear how many people were arrested. The organizers were demanding an end to the house arrest of the 2009 Green Movement leaders, now entering its 14th year.
President Trump's nominee for U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has narrowly secured approval by the U.S. Senate. He was questioned over his skepticism about vaccine safety. Anthony Zerka reports.
For a time, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s path to confirmation as health secretary appeared shaky. His long history of vaccine skepticism angered Democrats and concerned centrist Republicans. His past support for abortion rights worried some conservatives. In the end, only one Republican, Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell, a polio survivor, opposed Kennedy's nomination. While McConnell was joined by every Democrat, 52 Republicans supported Kennedy, providing him with his winning margin.
BBC News. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will meet President Trump in Washington in the next few hours for talks that are likely to focus on trade, immigration and defence. Mr. Modi's two-day visit comes amid concerns that the US may slap tariffs on Indian exports. Ahead of the visit, Mr. Modi offered to cut duties on high-end American motorbikes. On migration, President Trump is expected to ask India to take back thousands of undocumented citizens. Mexico is threatening to sue Google over its changing the name of Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America for its users in the United States. The company took the decision to reflect President Trump's executive order. Here's Clitzia Sala.
Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum had previously criticized Google for following President Trump's order to rename the Gulf of Mexico on its Maps app for U.S. users. But she's now gone further, urging the firm to reverse its decision. She warned that Mexico could file a civil suit against Google if the firm doesn't change course. Ms. Sheinbaum argued that Mr. Trump's order only applies within U.S. territorial waters, that is up to 40 kilometers from the coast. Meanwhile, Google Maps has disabled reviews for the Gulf after a surge of critical comments about the renaming.
The U.S. Navy says its aircraft carrier Harry S. Truman has collided with a merchant ship in the Mediterranean Sea. The Navy said the U.S. vessel's collision with a bulk carrier, which is nearly 200 metres long, happened near Port Said in Egypt. The condition of the carrier is not known. Scientists studying the nature of the universe say they have detected a subatomic particle, a neutrino, carrying more energy than any detected before. They tracked it at an observatory which is still being built several kilometres beneath the surface of the Mediterranean Sea. Tracing its path, they believe it must have come from beyond our galaxy. That's the latest. BBC News.
That's all for now.